Hello YouTube, this is Marauders here, and here we have the NERF Modulus Regulator. So this is basically a Hyperfire with a lot of modulus parts. So let's talk about the modulus parts first. First, you have the long scope or barrel. So it doubles as a scope or barrel. Then you have the short barrel or scope. So essentially NERF gave you two pretty much useless scope or barrels. Next on the list of useless nozzle attachments is a handle, which you're supposed to allow you to help holding it like this, but I don't feel this regulator is heavy enough to actually justify the having of the use of this handle. So it's kind of ridiculous. And you can put this inside your stock for holding. Then of course, the stock doubles as a clip holder to hold the additional clip. So 2 clips of 12 are included with the gun. And you have the stock. Okay, so meet the regulator. So like I said, this is essentially a Hyperfire. It has the same conveyor belt feeder system like the Hyperfire, and it fires fully automatic. But the one gimmick that it has, and probably because that's why it's called a regulator, is that you can regulate the firing rate. So there's a little switch here which you can swap between full auto, so you just spray and pray, and burst fire, in which you can, if you hold down the trigger, at maximum 3 darts will fire out, and single fire, which fires 1 dart at a time. So now I'm in single fire mode. So even though I'm holding the trigger, nothing else comes out. So there's a regulator inside that's regulating the firing. Let's go for burst. So that's 3 at a time. And of course, there's also full auto. And an extra gimmick that they have is that after you finish firing, because there's a IR sensor in there that can detect whether there are still darts in there or not, so it will flash if it's out of bullets. So you can stop guessing on when no more darts come out of your blaster. You can stop guessing on whether or not there's a jam or you're out of darts, since that little light sort of helps. Haven't actually seen it jam and cause a false report though. Okay, so since this is essentially a Hyperfire, is there any reason to get this more expensive one compared to the Hyperfire? There's only one real improvement, I would say, compared to the Hyperfire, and that's the fact that this blaster uses C batteries, unlike the Hyperfire, which uses D batteries. So the Hyperfire is heavy, and this is more manageable. And of course, because it's using C batteries, the battery chamber is here. It's smaller, and thus the gun is smaller and more compact to carry around, as long as you're not dealing with all the modulus parts. So let's compare it with the Hyperfire. So you can see a Hyperfire is this big and the regulator is like this. The ability to control the firing rate is nice to have, but not really sure whether it's up to you to decide whether or not that's worth paying extra for the regulator. Other than that, I guess if you're a fan of the Hyperfire's firing mechanism and you're looking for even more useless tactical attachments, I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like attachments that don't do anything. Then I guess the regulator is a nice alternative to the Hyperfire. If not, seriously, the Hyperfire comes with a 25 dart drum. Okay, there's more quantity in there. I still would prefer the Hyperfire over this. Okay, so this is Marauders. I will see you all in the next video. You know, the barrels basically have a rail attachment on them, so technically you could just take something like this Hey, I guess it works.